Hello, hello.
Yeah, yes.
Welcome to another Matt and Gloss. Blah, blah, blah. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. I am so glad to have you here right now because I mean, there's so much that I want to talk about today on this little tiny installment of like what we do.
It's not tiny. It's not small. Retract all of that. This is huge. It's big.
This is like this. There's a lot. There's a lot to cover. There's a lot to cover. And so this is just another installment of a shit ton to cover.
Girl, you and your words killing me.
All
right, let's talk about it. What's our topic today?
Okay, so I want to talk about how a lot of people keep makeup and products for a long time, way past the expiration and or shelf life. So can we talk for a second?
Yes, let's talk about it because you know my number one biggest pet peeve is drum roll, the mascara that y'all still have.
I've had this thing for 20 years.
I can't. I can't. I literally cannot. So let's break it down. Seriously, the cosmetic companies will tell you 6 to 8 weeks is as long as you should keep your mascara. Now, we are guilty because I can just say by 8 weeks, it's gotten really good and it sticks and it builds and it's nice. But at that point,
but you've learned to use it. You've learned to use it.
Right. But the bacteria level in it has hit its peak to the point where you could get all kinds of symptoms that will tell you that your mascara is old. So right off the bat, when you get little runny, teary eyes off the side and you're like, what is that? My eye just keeps tearing, my eye keeps watering. That's usually a bacteria buildup. You can also get pink eye from it. You can also get styes from it. You can, I mean, literally, it can smudge more often. It can come off. It can be harder to take off. There's so many different things that you will notice when your mascara changes. And the other one, quick test, is to smell it. When it smells, it doesn't smell fresh. And when you do a test, buy a new one and take out your old one and smell the difference between the two, because that is the biggest telltale as well.
Right, absolutely. And so, and this is something that I say to I say this a lot to my clients, and it's like, okay, so here's a mascara. This is one of my favorites, by the way. This is the Vibely. I really like this one. It's got all kinds of, like, it's got a single and a double and a whatever. Anyway.
Wow.
Nice. But mascara, but the thing about mascara is, okay, and here's a question, and then that I ask a lot of my clients. Where does the mascara wand live? it lives in the little container, right? And when you are unscrewing it, what are you doing to that?
Twisting and turning it.
You're twisting it and turning it in what?
In the tube.
In the tube. And what's in the tube?
The product.
Okay. So because you're doing this, right, and you're opening it up, here's a question. How much more product do you think you're going to get on that wand by doing this?
Wait, I'm confused, Sherry. What do you mean?
Right.
What are you talking about?
Because most people, I want to say people, because men will also use mascaras depending. When you do this,
when you're pumping it,
why?
Well, also you're pushing the whatever's in the air down into the tube.
You are introducing air into your mascara container, and you're introducing bacteria, because again, what are you doing when you're closing it up and opening it up? You're turning that wand inside that product, right?
So you're getting it. Absolutely.
Right. So how much more is pumping in gonna do? None.
Absolutely.
thing. It's like, don't pump it. You are introducing bacterium and you're drying it out way faster than it needs to be.
Yes. And then you close it up and you put it in a nice, dark, warm place for bacteria to just flourish. And literally one touch to
A
a
tad
liquid
to
area.
eyeballs.
Yes, you have to remember you're putting it on your lashes, which has your oils from your skin, from your lid, and then the natural secretions of the liquids in your eyes. All that gets picked up on the wand of the mascara, and then you take that and you put it back in your tube. Then
Yep.
the bacteria begins to flourish.
Yep.
So after 6 to 8 weeks, with all of that and all the use, and God forbid if you've given it to your friend to use, or your daughter's using it, or hell, your husband might be using it, I don't know. But literally and don't ever share. We never, ever,
You
ever share.
cannot share. Like
Never.
for us in the world that we live in, we don't share. We have disposable wands.
Oh yeah, from a professional standpoint, absolutely.
We don't share. We don't share. You never share. That's just, that's just gross. I mean, that's just gross. It's gross.
Absolutely. It just spreads bacteria. So absolutely. You don't do that. But let's get into some foundation, Sherry, some powders. Like people always talk about this, like, well, how long should I keep this? I mean, who says it's not on the package? Well, it might be on some of the cosmetic brands packaging, but for the most part, I don't think women know.
I don't think, honestly, like I've yet to absolutely see a shelf life on anything. Like I'm looking at the new foundations that I bought. It doesn't say anything about when it expires, like at all.
Exactly.
But scent is something you really, really, really want to hone in on when it comes to your products, especially your lip glosses, your lipsticks.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. Like, yeah. So like if you turn around and you pick up your lipstick and you smell it and it has this chemically sort of rancidity, you want to get rid of that.
Yes, but lipsticks, it takes a little longer. I think lip gloss go bad faster because they're still a liquid. And I think they will change. And your lip gloss, you put it to your mouth to go to put it on, you go, oh, that smells different. It's changed. That's when it's time to throw it away. That's when the bacteria is affecting the product. And it probably won't even wear or do what you want it to do because it could be changing according to the bacteria that could be building up in it.
Well, not only that, like if you honestly think about it, something that has gone bad like that, let's just say it's wintertime. Things are not normal. Like lips are dry, lips are chafing. Let's say you all of a sudden you put that skin tag out and you have that little open cut spot, and you're going to take this dilapidated, funky ass lipstick that you've had for 20 odd years that smells like ass, and you're going to put it on there.
Wow. Yeah, no, we're throwing that away. Just on that description altogether.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to be like as
direct,
layman's terms as possible. Old smells like funky ass. You don't want to put that on your lips.
And this also goes for chapstick as well. For our chapstick wearers, our natural. Yes, you throw them away regularly. And I think for lip glosses, I would say about 2 months, 3 months, maybe we could get, you could get by with it, especially if you're only using it every once in a blue moon. But if it's something you use on a regular basis and you know that's your go-to all the time, definitely up your turnover time on it, just because you don't want any issues, around your mouth. So literally, we don't want
around your mouth and around your eyes. Like those are the two most
pivotal.
Important. Your lips and your eyes are like so incredibly sensitive, and like you don't want to mess with that. And so, and that's the thing. It's like you ever have any kind of like tingling on your lips, be careful with that because that matters. You don't want tingling on your lips unless you like put a lip plumper on it.
Absolutely. God love the lip plumpers. I love the lip plumpers. But let's talk about liquid foundation and concealers and creams. Those types of products have a little bit longer shelf life, of course. And I would even go as far as to say maybe 1.5 years, 2 years on those products, depending on how often you use them and how how you actually use them. If you're
Yeah.
the type of woman who puts your finger in the bottle, or you're dumping and touching the top of the bottle with your hands onto your skin, or
Yeah.
you see people dripping it on their faces and the applicator's actually touching their skin, these things speed up the bacteria buildup in your product. So you definitely want to make sure you're either tapping it out onto a plate, tap it out onto a palette, like makeup artists we like to use. These
We
are
love
ways
it.
to, right. Or if you have something you can dip in that you clean, that stays clean and sterile all the time, helps. I love the products that come, like my little Too Faced concealer that come with its own little thing, but I'm sure not to put it on my face with this unless I know I'm buying it on a regular basis and I'm changing it out. If it's something that I plan to keep, I don't use that often, put it on a palette, something that's sterile so that you're not contaminating your product is very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. I definitely always, when it comes to that, I put it on my palette. Another thing that you can do is like the disposable foamy, either they're lip
One.
wand,
But you can use
but
it.
they can
Yes.
use them for mascara, for concealers as well. I mean, it's just like there's a lot of things that you can do in order to keep yourself and everyone else safe, especially if you're using, like, look, makeup is makeup. And even if you decide that you're going to use your own personal makeup to help your friend or your mom, your cousin, or your family, just take the appropriate steps to make sure that you're always keeping your populace safe, your family safe. So use a different applicator. It's okay. Buy a new one. It's all right.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. And we help our friends. We're like, oh, girl, let me help you with that. We get that all the time. Sherry's makeup artists, our girlfriends are like,
All
oh,
the
can
time.
you help me with this? Can you use this? We definitely try to be very sanitary with those type of products. And we want you to be the same way. Even,
Mhm.
you think of your friends and your family, you're like, oh, you don't have anything that I can catch. But literally, the even if they don't have anything you can catch, it can still cause an irritation. And usually irritation ends up becoming a pimple or breakout or a rash, or these
Right.
type of things you will see on you if you've cross contaminated and your skin is reacting to this new layer of bacteria that's different from what you currently have and what you currently
Right.
manifest on your skin. So you'll see these types of breakouts. So we definitely always preach, use things so that you can keep your products sterile and only designed for you if you plan to share. So just definitely be careful with that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's very, very important. Also, like if you're going to use the same lipstick, slide off the top layer. Like it's easy. It's easy. So like here's a lipstick. Here's a lipstick. So if you were going to use this lipstick, take the top, all right, and take anything and just
scrape a little off.
Just take that top layer here. Let me see if I can do this. So here we go. Take the top layer and just scrape it. Yeah, scrape it off. And it's scrape it off and do that and you'll be all right.
There it is. Absolutely. 100%. And then lip liners. If you are trying to mix and you want to add a lip liner in, sharpen and spray it with some alcohol.
Right.
Like literally sharpen it, spray with some alcohol. But also the other thing that I see people don't really do is cleaning their sharpeners. So that's very important. And being makeup artists, Sherry, we don't have any choice but to keep those clean because you're sharpening behind and the dirt, the bacteria lying right up inside the sharpener. So it's important to keep those clean as well.
Absolutely. So it's like the spoolie, because I go in there, I spray the spoolie and go into the inside, the outside. And I use a combination of 79 and 91% regular alcohol and the menthol because I like the smell of the wintergreen.
Yeah,
so
it smells clean.
But it's still freaking 91, right? And then so once you do that, Then I also have a sanitation box. It's really important. I have a sanitation box because I'm like anal retentive. So I like spray this shit, I clean it, spray it again, 99% alcohol, and then put it in the sanitation box because I'm like extra like that. And it's just like, it just has to be that way. Just,
Yeah, that's good
make me
information.
God damn it.
Fired
First,
up, girl. I know we get so passionate about this stuff. I'm telling
well,
you.
because I took the
God love
Hippocratic
makeup.
Oath.
You say one more time?
Because I took the Hippocratic Oath.
Absolutely.
No
Yeah,
harm.
baby.
Can't do no harm. But yeah, no, lipsticks. Okay, and so another thing about lipsticks. When they are 100% good, ready to go, and they're just like awesome, they look good, they smell good, no big deal. But if you ever take the top off of a lipstick, like just like an actual lipstick, and it has an odor to it that is not like, oh, that smells like Smarties, get rid of it.
Yes.
If it doesn't smell like Smarties and it smells like a weird chemically, petrolomy thing, get rid of it. It's turned, baby. Turned.
Absolutely. 100%.
I'm telling you,
100%.
every time I hear, oh, I've had this since I was in college, or I've had this since I was like a senior in high school, it just makes me cringe. And it doesn't matter whether it's mascara, it could be lipstick, it could be a lip pencil, it could be foundation, and it could be blush. And I swear to God, there's at some point or another, we've had this for 20 years, even a foundation.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's talk about blush and powders and eyeshadows, because a lot of people don't know what to do with that and how long to keep them. And then we can also give a tip on that crust that happens on top of powders and foundation, especially foundation powders and stuff like that, when you've gotten too much oil from your brush and all that good stuff. Yeah, so we can share that tip.
It turns a different shade, a different pigment right on top, and it's just like that's not good.
Absolutely. The one thing I love to see other makeup artists doing is spraying their eyeshadows and their powders with alcohol in between uses. When's the last time you've seen that happen? Like literally a light mist of alcohol and then wipe it clean with a paper towel or tissue is the best way to get that layer off.
Normally I don't wipe it. I normally do spray it because it's alcohol. So as long as it takes that surface and it dries, because that's the thing about alcohol, it's like you spray it, it
dries up,
sanitizes everything, but it instantly dries. And so I don't normally dry it off.
I wipe. So I take that layer off. I take a wedge sponge and wrap it around the tissue and then wipe off the top.
Wash the top.
And especially for the maybe not so much the eyeshadows and the blush all the time, I will do a spray, but when it comes to the foundation powders and the creams, so if I'm, it just depends. And I think because as a makeup artist, we dip into our products and we put them on palettes, but every once in a while I still like to go and just wipe them down, because they sit out and they collect dust and everything from all the different places that we do makeup, and God knows you've been some crazy places, but it's just good to keep them up for yourself. The products you have at home, I would, if you're noticing that film that lands on top of your powder and your powder foundations, you can take a clean mascara spoolie and scrape off the top. Literally use that to scrape it off, and it will come off, and you will have fresh powder. You can you're like, why is this not coming up? And a lot of times it's that film that's on top.
Right. It's like a cakey film, and that's, it changes texture, and part of it is shiny and part of it is not.
Right. So you're not picking up much.
If you get that leather effect, when you get that leather effect of your powder, that is just not fucking good. That's not good.
But you can save it. Don't throw it away. You can definitely save it. Just scrape it off and that usually is a sign that either your sponge that you're using, that you're dipping into, is coated in so much oil from your face that you
Mhm.
probably should wash that. One, that's another sign. And then two, either your brush is the same situation as your sponge, and you might want to go ahead and clean that off as well.
Right, right. Clean off. Right. Listen, you have to clean your brushes. It is very important. A little bit of Dawn soap, a little bit, a brush cleaner,
Mm-hmm.
little microban. Wash your brushes. And if you're your own personal brushes, like every couple of weeks, clean them. Like for us as makeup artists, our brushes are getting cleaned every day. We
Yes,
clean
after
these
every client.
every day. But
Mhm.
for your own personal brushes, like even my own personal brushes, so it's been about a week since I washed these, and they're
Mhm.
the ones that I use. But wash them. You gotta wash them once a week. Like, do you sleep in your sheets for 3 straight weeks? No. And if
Some
you
people have
do,
never washed their brushes. How many times have you heard that? I don't know how many clients' house I've gone to teach the makeup, and I'm like, when was the last time you washed your
when was the
brushes?
last time? Right. I mean, the crustiness is insane. And that's it.
Nasty.
And so for us as makeup artists, we don't want to make you feel bad
Oh
about these.
no, we do want to make you feel bad. Wash your damn brushes. That's nasty. And you want to know
I
why
know,
your face is
but
breaking
I
out?
don't
That's
want
probably
anybody's
why.
feelings. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Oh,
And
I'm hurting them.
no,
It
but
is
seriously,
what
you
it
gotta
is.
fucking wash your brushes. Like, wash your
But
brushes.
then they wonder why they're having breakouts. Besides the fact that we touch our face all the time, a lot of times it is the brushes that you're using on a regular basis that are just caked up.
Well, I mean, think about it. You're doing this.
Mhm.
What's on it? Right? Like, I know what's on it now because I know what I've used in the last 5
Mhm.
days. 5
Mhm.
days. 5 days is
Mhm.
what's on here. But 5 days, and it's just, you still need, come on. Come on. Help us all out. Like, let us help you. Help you.
Absolutely. So I would say with your primers for your eyeshadow, primers for your face, anything liquid. I think if we want to just break it down, things that touch wet parts of our face, our mouth and our eyes, and liquids that are contaminated with the same type with our bacteria in our liquids from our face, definitely 2 months. Foundations, maybe 3 to 4 months, but 2 months for mascaras, 2 months for lip glosses, 2 months for lipsticks, depending on how often you use them. And you can
Right.
also, we forgot to talk about this, you can spray your lipsticks with alcohol. That will
Yeah,
help cut down the bacteria as well. Keep that in mind. They don't
absolutely.
usually draw as much bacteria because of the wax product that goes into them. They can last a little longer, but
Right.
anything liquid,
Well,
the
okay, but the
mascaras
thing
and the gloss.
is, but most of the thing, okay, so one of the main ingredients in lipsticks and lip glosses is either a petrolatum or some kind of oily, viscousy,
Mhm,
coconut oily substance,
mhm,
okay?
mhm,
It's still oil and it's still an organic matter. And when any organic matter comes into contact with any other organic matter, which is your skin, your fingers, your oils, or the air, because
mhm.
air is still organic, then you're introducing bacterium into all of these products. And that's the thing, is like when you're talking about anything that is oily, that doesn't just burn off, it just stays.
Yeah, it
That's
doesn't go
the
anywhere.
thing. Like
Mhm.
alcohol, that burns off. Shoo, 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 shoo. Petrolatum, no, that bitch stays. That is just like, bleh, I'm on. And so if you have bacteria on that surface, it's going to stay there and it's going to go into your eyeball. It's going to go into your lips and you're going to eat it and then you're going to get sick and then you're going to have bronchitis.
Ugh, girl, Lord Jesus. All right. I think they got it, Sherry. I think we drilled it home good enough. What do you think?
I mean, look, man, I am here to help and provide a service.
There it is. From
I'm
the
here.
horse's
All right.
mouth.
So it's like, what do you want to know about? Let's talk about it because good God. I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg when you're talking about mascaras, about lip glosses, when you're talking about, lip liners everything has a shelf life, everything. So like, are you going to take an antibiotic that's like 5 years old?
Oh my gosh. Oh my
I mean,
God.
fucking
Right.
like I'm saying, if you would not take a medication that is expired by like 5 years, why'd you put shit on your lips and on your face and on your eyes that is also expired and like laden with bacteria?
Absolutely. All right. I think we drove home the point.
Okay.
Definitely tag your favorite mascara below. We would love to hear because we're always looking for new mascaras.
Yes.
Always looking for new mascaras. Some that don't transfer, even though I'm about to try Thrive. I know I'm late to the Thrive game of mascara, but I'm going to try it and see what it does for me because I'm funny about mascaras. But yeah,
Me too, as you know, and I'm glad that you say that because I want to know about your Thrive because the one that I've been using is this Vibely, and it's
Mhm.
actually really freaking great, and
Yeah.
I cannot believe it.
Well, you have awesome lashes. You can pull that off. Mine
The
are
pro-
steady.
I know, but the problem with my lashes is that okay, so I have overly oily because I have overly oily sebaceous lashes, right? So when I put mascara on my top lashes and my bottom lashes, like it just transfers all under here because
Yeah.
they're so oily. So I have to find mascaras that are going to not let my sebaceous glands and my freaking eyeball like go to town and squirt all over the place. Because I'm
Wow.
so bold.
I love it. And you are, you are among many with the same issue and same problem. There are many women out there that just refuse not to even wear mascara for the fact that it transfers
It,
up and down. And so, yeah.
and it's
Shout
really
out
annoying,
to our friend Raina because she struggles with that and she doesn't wear
right?
mascara. Yeah, poor thing. I
Right,
feel bad for her because
right.
who wants to go without mascara? Like that makes the look.
It makes the look, and that is an absolute truth because it's like as you know, I have a hard time with I can do lashes on other people, but it's just like, but so that's why I just want to be like, yeah, I can do this mascara. Get in there, get in there, get in there. That's what
Absolutely. We're gonna have to do a lash show, Sherry, and we're gonna put lashes on. We'll do it together.
we'll do it
I will
together.
walk you through it. Yes,
Let's do it.
absolutely.
Do it. We can do it.
Yes. I think we're just about out of time. What do you think?
I know. I know. It goes by so fast.
It does.
But
It
anyway,
does.
but listen, take care of your stuff, take care of your face, hit us up, let us know what you're using. What mascaras do you love? Why do you love them? And let's talk about it.
Absolutely. This was awesome, Sherry. We'll do it again.
We will.
Thanks for watching the Matte and Gloss Show. Check your shelf life on your cosmetics. It could be very important to your skin. It's been awesome. Thanks for watching.
Give your life.